You may have heard me in one of my other videos talk about how I almost went bankrupt about a year and a half ago. I own an Italian restaurant in Marion, Ohio. Never worked in a restaurant before opening it. Terrible idea. I thought I would just kind of break things down and share what kind of expenses there are in restaurants and where the money goes and why it goes there and why it goes so fast. We did $1,168,309 in total revenue in 2025. So that included $1,045,000 in food and drink sales within the restaurant, and then $118,900 in catering. Here is where all that money went. Mind you, last year was a significant improvement over the prior years. So
$237,262 went towards our food costs. It's 21.4 cents of every dollar. So 21 is actually a really good food cost. Industry average is like 28 to 32. But that's because we are a scratch kitchen and we are buying raw products instead of fully prepared food that we just pop in a microwave. And due to that, we have much higher labor costs than we would otherwise. So we have a lot of time in prep, making lasagna from scratch, rolling meatballs, rolling our own arancini, etc., etc. We'll talk about that here in a second. At $62,494 was spent on alcohol. $5,666 on non-alcoholic drinks, and $49,717 on disposables. So to-go containers, packaging, supplies. Now our labor cost. $307,565 in wages. Another $79,552 in payroll taxes. So that's what the government gets for giving us the pleasure of employing human beings. $2,086 in workers' comp. So our total labor cost is $391,556. That's 35.3% of every dollar we made right there. Industry average is like 30 to 35. So we're on the high end of that. But again, we are heavy in the prep. Now let's add in all of these other expenses. Sales tax, $60,388. So that's money that we collect from you and then we turn around and write a check to the state for that amount. So it's never really ours, but we need to account for it when we are budgeting and stuff, because every so often we gotta write $20,000 check to Uncle Samuel's son, Ohio. Utilities, this is probably getting boring, I'm sorry. I expected it to be much shorter, so I'm almost done. Utilities were $46,128. It's an old building. It used to be an old trolley station. It's now a restaurant. It's like over 100 years old. Takes a lot to heat, takes a lot to cool. Commercial equipment takes a lot of energy. Repairs and maintenance was $22,576. Again, it's an old building. We've been trying to bring it up to date, and there's a lot of money goes towards that. Credit card processing fees, $20,235. So every time card is tapped or card is swiped, we're losing about 2.6%. And that was quite a bit higher. But once you reach a certain threshold in credit card sales, you have more negotiating power with them. And so I was able to take it down like a whole percentage point, which creates major savings. And our sales are continuing to grow as we are learning more and doing more. And so over the last 11 months, for reference, our credit card fees have been $30,130. But we do accept cash. Advertising and marketing, $14,082. Professional fees, so that's accountants, lawyers, consultants, etc. $13,583. Cleaning supplies, $11,984. Furniture and fixtures, $11,889. Linens, just for black napkins, black cloth napkins that we provide with our silverware, $10,098. Very good service though from Kimmel's Cleaners. Very happy with them. We just get a lot of napkins. Debt interest, $17,179 that I'm never going to see again. But we also paid down $49,742 in principal. So that's equity that we're gaining in this building. The last major thing I would say is music licensing. We pay over $7,000 for music licensing. So that's the ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and that is just to be able to play music or bring in performers and not get sued for playing their music. Luckily, I'm sure a couple dollars of that at most go towards the artist, so that's comforting. In between that music licensing, insurance, office supplies, equipment, decor, etc., all of the rest of that stuff costs $72,582. So after every dollar in and every dollar out, our net income in 2025 was $42,841 without me paying myself a dime. 3.9% margin. Industry average is like 3 to 9%, so we are in it. We are at the low end. I've also been putting a fair amount of money back in to the business to get better equipment, make things run better, and just to provide a better guest experience. I really like to be transparent. I think there's a lot of value in sharing information like that to both our guests and to just other people who are interested in numbers or entrepreneurship or may also have a restaurant.